Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick look at Legend of Grimrock 2. What is Legend of Grimrock 2? Well, it's a sequel to Legend of Grimrock. So, what does that mean? It means these two games are throwback RPGs, very similar to games like Dungeon Master, Eye of the Beholder, Lands of Lore, games that were really popular in the 90s, and sadly that type of game kind of disappeared after a while. Uh, and what do I mean by that type of game? I mean tough games! Yeah! So, the way it works, the movement is tile-based. So it looks like a turn-based game, doesn't it? Like this, except combat is in real time. So you tend to have to juggle with using your weapons, throwing spells, using potions at the same time. It can get really hectic. Combat is difficult. Enemies will destroy you. And yeah, it's not an easy game. However, usually when you finish, you finally defeat a nasty opponent that has been causing you trouble, you will feel a sense of accomplishment you probably haven't had in a long time. I mean, games like this are extremely rare nowadays. Games that could give you an idea about difficulty. Dark Souls, Etrian Odyssey. Uh, these two types of games are pretty much the only ones that are really difficult compared to what's offered on the market these days. So yeah, the game has very challenging combat, even at easy. You know, I'm playing on easy right now, and dear lord, some enemies are tough. Yikes! Anyway, so combat is the main one very big point about difficulty. And the second point is that the game is very largely puzzle-based. And, puzzles can range from something as simple as putting an item on a pressure plate that you see next to you, up to trying to lead an enemy on a plate, then using a teleport and dropping items in the correct holes so that it opens up a path. Then it can just create a light bridge that you can walk on to find some secret. And there are a lot of secrets. Lots of secrets. Just take a look at those statistics. I've been playing for nearly 6 hours, and I only found 8 of the 77 secrets. You know, I've killed a bunch of monsters. I found a bunch of items. I haven't found any epic items yet. And power gems are story related. You know, there are a lot of things to do. I haven't caught any fish. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, the game is simple to approach but difficult to master. When you start out, you can just grab the party that they offer you, or you can create your own characters, which I did, of course. That's part of the fun, isn't it? So you have a choice between several races. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember all of them. You have humans, you have minotaurs, you have the insects, you also have the rat people. And I think there's another one that I forget. Anyway, each race has bonuses. For example, humans gain experience faster. Then, each character can choose two talents from a rather large pool, something like 20 talents available. Some are restricted to race, by race. Others are available to everyone. And as far as classes go, once again, you have a bunch of classes. I think it's something like 7 or 8. Barbarian, warrior, A fighter, a warrior, it's the same thing. Knights, I have a knight here. Battle mage, wizard, rogue, alchemist. I have an alchemist here. And you can pretty much create the party of your choice. And just like the old games like Final Fantasy, you can find people who have fun just creating some strange party and finishing the game with them. Like an all-wizard party or something like that. That would be kind of crazy. But it's really interesting. Really, really interesting. So the game offers you plenty of options, and that's always good. So you have your inventory, you have your load, which is very important because if you go over your load, then you move slower or you can't move at all. So you have to choose what you keep, what you put down. Sometimes you will just carry items so that you can use them on pressure plates everywhere. So you really have to make some tough choices when you play. Oh, she only has that. He has something better. Oh well, sorry. I'm just discovering stuff as I go. Anyway, and you have even hidden treasures that you can dig up with a shovel. You know, lots of stuff. The game is crazy. Really, really nice and plenty of replayability because of all the different things that you can do with your party. Especially since, well, one thing that is important to note is that the dungeons are not randomized. So you will find the same items everywhere. That means that once you've played a game and you found some nice items that you can't really use, you could always replay the game and create a character who can use those, just so you can experiment. For example, you know, the alchemists use firearms. Firearms, most people tend to say that they kind of suck. I can't really blame them, they're not really good, but once you find the second one, it gets much better. Although ammunition is rare, so for a long time I used a thrown weapon with my alchemist instead. Anyway, so you have only 4 statistics, but they all have a very large impact on different aspects. Like strength is for melee damage, dexterity mostly for missile weapon damage, vitality, health regen, willpower, mana regen, and these stats directly affect your resistances to different elements. And then you have skills. As you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 different skills. And they all have 5 different levels to them. And since you start the game with only 2 skill points, and you only gain 1 skill point every level, you definitely have to have a plan for each character. Say, okay, this character is going to be my heavy weapon specialist, and this character is going to be my light weapon specialist, and that character is going to be my fire mage, things like that. Especially for the mages, since you have 4 types of magic, and spells are unlocked as you level these skills up. For example, at the first level of fire magic, you get a point blank range spell, which is really good, but it's point blank. So when you want something more interesting, you would have to bring your fire magic to 3 and air magic to 1, so you can use... Whee! Come on, come on. Fireball! Whee! Anyway, so yeah, spells are cast by just drawing different like forms from your runes, and some you can discover a spell by yourself, but most of the time, there you go, that's not something you should do. Most of the time you will find scrolls that give you the runes to cast a spell. But you could always check on the internet if you wanted. Loser. No, I wouldn't mind if you did that. That's totally understandable. Anyway, so that's something that I would like to try. Like 2 wizards, that would be really nice. Especially since battle mages can use armor, so you could have 2 battle mages at the front and 2 wizards at the back. That would be kind of crazy. Or maybe an alchemist, because creating your own potions is really, really nice. Anyway, so lots of stuff to do in that game, and very difficult, but damn, you will feel like a king once you get past a really difficult puzzle or a nasty fight. So definitely recommend those games. But as I don't know if I mentioned it, or if it was on another video, because this is my second take, because the sound was too loud in the game. So if you're not too sure about the game, just try and get old games like Eye of the Beholder, Dungeon Masters, and try to run them on DOSBox. That will give you a very good idea of what to expect. Still, very nice game. I highly recommend it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.